right, we are back. We are trapped in a train with a really cute puppy. Hey, cute puppy. Look at the puppy.
There's a cuddly little lapdog in there playing with his little bone. Isn't he cute?
Yeah. Yeah. I got a cute baby.
It shows when and how much the dog is to be fed every day.
Fun.
The dog seems to prefer the left half of the cage.
Okay, so we have to get him from this half over here. Do we have...
There are a lot of pieces of meat in the box.
Well,
I'll take
can I
myself
take one?
a piece.
There's writing on the walls.
A vacuum cleaner hose. Long, flexible, and boring.
Mine now! Do I know why? No.
Locked.
Oh, of course it is. Ooh, we got more stuff to look at though.
According to the top display, the temperature is 54 degrees Fahrenheit. The lower display shows a humidity of 28%.
Fun.
A metal pipe.
Mine. Okay, what is
Not
the
to be
button?
confused with Jensen.
What?
No visible effects.
Okay.
I can't open the flap. It's stuck. Oh, brother. There must be harder things to do.
Okay, so harder things meaning there's more to this puzzle, I think.
Above this hatch, freedom must be endless.
Okay. Here, have some meat. And
I
then,
can't say schnitzel as fast as he can swallow a steak.
okay. So, what if we were to
I'll take myself a piece.
grab some meat and stick it in a jar? Okay. And then put the jar over here?
So, he should be busy for a while.
And then he can try and figure that out. And then my bone now. Ugh, Nina, you're in the way.
A piece of bone.
Cool. Can we grab it, please? Do I know why we're grabbing it? No! But I figure that's what we're doing.
A leather dog leash.
Mine now. Okay. So we put the leash up here?
Above this hatch, freedom.
Yes, freedom is endless. I got you. So we combine pipe with that, put it on hatch.
Hopefully no one heard that. Otherwise, my problems are about to increase.
Okay, can we try that again?
The edges of the skylight are full of glass slivers. I wouldn't feel too good about holding on there.
Use bone. Use...
I could get onto the roof that way,
Okay.
as long as I don't slash an artery on those broken bits of glass.
Okay. We're on the roof. Cool.
I can't see in there from here.
We got pipes.
I presume this belongs to an air conditioning unit. There's
Okay.
stuffy air coming out of that pipe.
Do we put that into there? Yes.
It doesn't seem to have any great effect.
Okay. What else do we got?
I've now connected the two pipes. I've now connected...
Okay. Take the bone off. Put the bone in the pipe. I feel like we're connecting the pipes. Do I know what we're doing after that? No.
It doesn't seem to have any great effect. I can't see in there from here. The window is closed, and I am not going to be able to open it from the outside.
Okay. Fun. Now we get to watch her struggle back here. In a long, slow, painstaking cutscene. Okay. Am I missing anything?
I'll take myself a piece.
Get another piece of meat. Okay. Nothing else here.
I can't open the flap. It's stuck. Oh, brother. There must be harder things to do.
Okay. So... use bone on flap?
If I stick the flat side in the flap and then lever it, open.
Okay. Dust, isn't it?
There is a vacuum cleaner bag in there. I'll take it out.
Yes. Okay. So then, Nina, climb the rope again. I said climb the rope again. Alright. So then, go that way. Thank you. Put dust in there. Put hose in.
It doesn't seem to have any great effect.
Thank you, yes. Add dust. What else do we got here? Just those three things. I mean, I feel like that's probably close to what we're doing. All right. All right, here we go. Let's see. How do we get in the closed window? Yeah, I know. I opened it. I have the bag. That's not a thing. So... oh. Okay.
Do I have to rummage around in that?
It's
Yes,
not just the
I
bag
suppose
itself.
I probably do.
Okay, so we put that in. Then we put this in here.
Let's see if this helps a bit.
Then we put this in here.
It doesn't seem to have any great effect.
No? That wasn't the answer? I thought for sure that was the answer. Okay. Maybe I put the animal hair in the wrong pipe?
The animal hairs are still in there. I'll take them out.
Okay. So what if we put it in that one?
Let's see if this helps a bit.
Okay.
If the heater in the compartment is on, and I am assuming it is, the hair should actually burn. The stink of that should be noticed, even by unwashed scientists.
Yep. Okay. So I just put the hair in the wrong one.
The odds that I'll manage that on a speeding train and survive are pretty good. About 10,000 to 1 against. But I have to mention that today is not a good day for suicide.
Okay. So if I take that, can we, I see. Hang on. I got
the heater
this.
in the compartment.
Yeah, okay, yes, we know. We saw that bit. Thank you. Yeah, okay, thank you. Yep. Okay. No, I didn't want to go down. I wanted to pick the pipe up. Oh, okay, good. We did pick the pipe up. Okay, great. So then we put the pipe here. And then we climb down the rope. Hurry up, Nina. Whoop!
Phew, that was close. Okay, let's try this again. If anyone has information about any scientists on board, then it is this Sidorkin guy.
Okay.
In his function as the scientific leader, he must have hidden the information somewhere.
Okie dokie.
A statue. A statue. A statue. It
A
looks
vase.
neither attractive nor very valuable.
Mine now. What if we take the statues?
Oh, I can turn the statue, but I can't pick it up. It seems to be anchored to the plinth.
Can we turn it so that it's facing the same way as the portrait? We can. However, I'm not sure what good that does. What about these two? Do we turn them in the same direction? No. Okay, so let's take a look at his computer, shall we?
The drawer is secured with a very simple, but unfortunately, a very effective lock.
Well, I just happen to have a
Open.
very simple but very effective bobby pin. Hello. There's another statue in here. Put said statue where the vase was?
The statue has clicked into position.
Do they all face the walls? Alright, look, I feel like there's 4 of them, right? So I feel like we're doing a northwest, east, south kind of thing. Okay. No.
I thought Comrade Lenin went out of fashion years ago. Books about Sir Francis Drake, Blackbeard, Henry Morgan, William Kidd, Jack Rackham, all extremely pleasant folk who sailed under the flag of the Skull and Crossbones to liberate the Seven Seas from the plague of merchants.
Okay. I don't think we want to go out there. Is there anything I'm missing to look at? Just the desk. Anything on the desk I'm missing?
Tunguska Project. Error analysis is written on these files.
Okay.
2000 to 2003 at the top, and at the bottom it begins with 2004. There's not very much I can do with these in the time I have. I've looked at the documents once, and there's no more time to check again. Sidorkin could come back any...
Yes, okay.
Some kind of scientific report about molecular biology. It's nearly all formulae.
Okay.
It's huge.
Okay. And then the only thing that was in here was just the statue. Okay. So having them all face the same way didn't help. Alright, what am I missing? How am I supposed to figure out how these go? Alright. Okay, so he's looking. Alright, so it is got something to do with the painting. I thought I had them all looking the same way. Did I not? I thought I tried this. Am I an idiot? I mean, that's possible.
Apparently, the right orientation of the statues triggered a secret mechanism.
Okay, apparently I'm an idiot.
Walls, and then this chair. Are they torturing people in here?
Probably.
Pretty.
It's a lovely painting.
A book about the notorious pirate Bale Schmidt, who initially made life very difficult for the patricians and later for the colonists near Port Royal.
Oh, okay.
I can't see any handle or switch to open the flap with. There are restraints for hands and feet mounted onto this chair. Has someone been kept prisoner here?
Probably.
There are restraints for hands.
Okay. I thought I was looking at the handcuffs down here. No, it's just the book. Okay, so the book, the chair.
Pretty.
Anything I can do with the vase? No? Okay. That's just looking at the desk again. We verified we've done everything we can there. Alright, so there's got to be something in this room.
Pretty.
Yeah, I know, you think it's pretty, but like, weird for them to have a picture of a ship in a torture chamber, right? Alright. I thought I tried picking up the book. It wouldn't let me. No, it does. I just have to get the exact right hotspot. Okay, Let's
A
take
book
a look
about
at the
the
book.
notorious.
Um, Kay has spotted the mailman. Y'all is in for a barkening. If we come out here, can we put the book on the shelf?
It sounds like a mechanism has been triggered,
Yes.
but I cannot see any changes.
Okay. Flaps open. Look in the niche.
The mechanism in the bookshelf has opened the flap, but there is nothing in there. Strange. Very, very strange.
Okay.
The
Light.
mechanism in the
Vase.
The mechanism.
Yeah, meat. Okay. So we got the book, we opened the flap. Okay. Um. Huh. What?
If I
Okay.
didn't know better, I would say he's grinning at me.
So apparently,
I'll take the skull with me, but I won't walk carrying a complete human skeleton.
this is one where we have no rhyme or reason. Just take skeleton head, put skeleton head in
Wow,
here.
that was close. I managed to survive an assassination attempt in my father's apartment and the guys from the Secret Service, only to be almost killed by a picture. Life can be strange, can't it? What sort of strange look is that? If I understand this correctly, I should try turning all the lights off.
Okay, so we're going for all lights off. Okay. I can try that. Sorry, don't mind Kay. She's just, being a canine. Okay.
If I understand this correctly...
Yeah, alright. Yeah, I hear you. You gotta try turning all the lights off. I got it. I'm working on it, and I got it. Close. Okay, that could work. Okay. Because, like, we do that, those are gone. But, like, this next bit is going to be a bit more tricky. Don't mind that, that's just my canine. See, that turns that off. Now we just have to turn these two off. Very close. I mean, we keep getting very close, but like.
If I understand.
Yeah, I know. I feel like if I keep playing with it, I could probably get it. Alright. So, columns and rows. D2, B3, C3. Alright. So, 3, C3. Alright. B5, A5. B5, A5. Okay, so yeah, so that gets rid of the first segment. So, yeah, there we go.
Done. Hopefully the contents are worth the effort, and I eventually get to find out where Daddy is. Loads and loads of documents. This damn list of personnel has to be somewhere around. Ah, here. It is definitely divided up into scientists, military, and Secret Service.
Yep.
It lists more than 100 names in the train alone, and well over 1,000 in the research station.
Okay.
What exactly are they all doing? Whatever it is, I've got to find out if Daddy is on board the train.
He's
well
not.
Then, let's see. After some of the names, there is a cross. Are they all dead? I can only hope that the marks have another meaning. Daddy's not on the list, though. Not on the train, and not at the research station either. Does that calm me down or worry me? At least they haven't dragged him off to Russia, but therefore my only good lead has cooled right down. I'll have to look at the other documents. Who knows? It might help a little further. Here's a file with the title Tunguska Project. I ought to have a look at that. A whole load of formulae and loads of scientific stuff.
Yep.
I'll be old before I understand that. What? What's that? There is something written here about a Kalenkov report.
Hi.
It really does seem to be from Daddy. He proved in 1976 that the object found in the Tunguska region is of alien origin.
Ooh.
On the strength of this report, the government gave the green light to the extension of the research station to carry out experiments on the fragment without any public interference.
Okay,
These
then.
experiments led to the discovery that it was possible to influence the behavior of animals when certain radiation fields are modified by the fragment. After that, the Tunguska project was called into life to improve the technology. Then there are pages and pages of test results. They must have done thousands of experiments on animals. Only, what is the goal? What are they promising themselves? Does it have any military use?
I don't know. But I guess we'll have to find out later. Uh-oh! Train crash! Well, the train's crashed.
Oh, hello, Oleg. I hope you have good news. What? And Nina? Is she okay?
No
Damn
clue.
it, how could that have happened? I thought you were gonna keep an eye on her. No, I don't want to calm down. I made that mistake once already, and the result... Yeah, okay. Where exactly? Okay, I'm on my way.
I'm gonna go rescue
If
her.
Sergei's information is correct, then this would have to be the military hospital where they brought Nina.
I hope Nina is all right. How could a complete train derail?
They
don't
think
know.
it was an attack. But for now, we should not care about that. You have to get Nina out of there.
Who, me?
Yes. Alone, you have a better chance of not being discovered. It was a
Okay.
miracle that we got this far without problems. I mean, I gave the research station an extra wide berth. but this close to it, I almost counted on being caught by the military.
Okay, and so now, how do I get in there?
Start thinking.
Don't know.
Great.
Up to you.
But thanks a lot anyway for the lift here. Without you, I would never have found it.
No problem. It was a pleasure.
Without you, I never would have ended up in Russia, and neither with
Yes,
Nina.
hopefully nothing has happened to her.
You really like her, don't you?
Yes. Nothing that wonderful has ever happened to me before.
What? You
Wait
had
up,
two
boy.
conversations
You
with
can dream
her.
after you get Nina out of there.
Yes, you're right.
So, let's move.
Wait,
we don't
wait a
have a
m-
lot of
what?
time. I'll wait here in case you need help somehow. Oh,
What?
don't forget, Nina has been traveling under the name of Perkova and probably has been admitted under that name. And now, good luck.
Thanks. I will probably need it too.
What? I have questions.
It's locked. It must be electric because it doesn't have a keyhole. An intercom system. I always thought that such deserted regions didn't have electricity.
I have questions. He's had like two conversations with her, and he's like, "Oh, I'm in love with her."
Yeah?
What do I say now? Hello, I'm taking a vacation in the area and just happened to come by here.
And just,
It
and just,
looks
and just, and just,
wonderful.
and just.
Is it very old, Shirley? Can I have a bit of a closer look at the house, please?
What?
Ooh.
I'm a great fan of buildings and architecture out of the Tsar period.
Otherwise, everything's still okay, right? This is a hospital, not a museum.
That doesn't matter.
What?
I only want to have a look at it. I won't need very long. There aren't very many interesting buildings around here for a tourist.
It's not my fault you wanted to spend your vacation in the sticks. In any case, you can't come in here unless you're a doctor or about to die. Now leave
Okay.
me alone. I want to finish watching the soccer game.
He switched off the intercom. All that stuff about the architecture tourist does not belong among my best ideas. I'll have to remember for the next time I'm in such a situation that art does not bring me very far.
What? Okay. Yep, sure, my dude.
There are small red berries hanging on that bush.
Mine now.
My doctor always said I should eat more fruit. Well, maybe picking more fruit is a good start.
Okay.
A shopping bag made of cloth.
Mine now.
It really seems to be an ambulance. The writing on it is in Russian. I can't read it, but there's a phone number next to it. 03112.
Okay, call them.
Luring the ambulance out may be a good idea, but I need a plausible reason for them to come out.
Here. Eat these. Should I eat it? No.
Now I've got a carrier bag full of holes and horrible red stains.
Give it to him.
Here, tie this around the hand with the missing fingers. Maybe we can fool the medic into thinking you've only just lost them, if he doesn't look too
Okay.
closely.
And then
I hope my plan works.
call the ambulance.
Hello, my friend is badly hurt. I think he's lost a couple of fingers. Yes, I'm standing here at the bus stop in front of the hospital. Please, send someone out quickly. I think he's bleeding to death. Yes, but please, hurry. I now only hope that Oleg's acting qualities are sufficient enough to convince the ambulance driver of his story.
Okay. That was it. That was all we needed. All right, cool. Go that way, buddy.
Well, now I'm in the
That's-
courtyard.
Okay.
Now I just have to find Nina.
Well,
I'd
I
rather not
see
think about whose
scissors.
guts have been removed with these.
Well, we're taking them. What's in the
Empty
container?
syringes, soiled bandages, and a finger. I wonder if Oleg would... No, I'd better not.
Ew. Gross. Why?
Locked. The lamp illuminates the cellar entrance.
Okay.
Hardly the newest model, but it fulfills its purpose. It doesn't look like a typical ambulance, more like a military vehicle. But what is it doing this far away from civilization?
We're near a military outpost. You should know
Don't
that.
believe that just walking in is a good idea.
Ah, you're no fun. Okay. What about back here? Is there anything else to look at? Quite a lot, actually.
Something is casting these shadows. Something very, very close. It seems to be a sewage pipe. It runs into the top floor.
Okay, so...
There's a key in the lamp. It's a strange hiding place, but better than putting it under the doormat.
Okay, so then we take
It
the
should
key
work
out.
with that.
And then we use the key to get in.
It fits. And into the lion's den. Hopefully no one's in the cellar.
All right.
A dictation machine. Maybe there's a recording of Nina on it.
Patient 1835, severe psychological and neural problems, currently in a coma. During
Fun.
the observation period, the patient exhibited symptoms such as optical and acoustic hallucinations, reflexive muscle contractions, and incontinence.
Oh
Patient
my.
also exhibited psychogenic reactions, temporary amnesia, partial facial paralysis, and spots in front of the eyes.
Ooh.
Damage to the temporal lobe caused by external...
Wait, how do you know if they've got
fractures
spots
of the
in
right
front? I
wrist,
guess
various
physical
contusions,
spots.
and hematomas in the area of the head and arms. Apart from
Yeesh.
some of the external injuries, the patient exhibits similar symptoms as the other patients. The report must be completed as soon as possible and faxed to Moscow.
Damn, the batteries are running right down. That sounds terrible. What does "as with the other patients" mean? Does it mean that these behavioral and consciousness problems appear on a lot of people? If yes, why? What is the cause? I'll have to tell Nina about that, because something here is not right. I don't know what it is, but I definitely don't like it. Not at all.
Okay, so like, here's my main question for that, right? How can you tell if there's spots in front of the eyes if the patient is in a coma? Unless they're talking like physical spots on the eye itself, but in that case it wouldn't be in front of, it would be spots on the eye. So it's like, but
There's a
why-
whole
why
load of
though?
medicines and chemical stuff in it.
I
The labels
take it.
on these bottles are all printed with chemical formulas. As long as I don't know what is in there, I'll leave them where they are.
Aw, you're no fun.
Quite honestly, I find the things ridiculous.
But we'll take it anyway.
There are medical records in here, all sorted alphabetically. Maybe I can find out what they did to Nina. K, Koch, Kaio, Cam. No records on Nina. Wait, Oleg said she was traveling under a false name, something with P. Perkova. So let's have a look. Pow. Perez. Perez Manuel. Wasn't he the one who went on the Tunguska expedition with Nina's father?
Yep.
And he was here too?
Yep.
That's very interesting. I should have a look at that.
Yep.
If my rudimentary medical knowledge isn't fooling me, there's something here about extreme behavioral and consciousness disturbances. Perez's behavior obviously showed such strange symptoms unrecorded in any known illness. That was ages ago. In the meantime, research should have... It looks like they tried to find out about the illness by carrying out experiments on him.
Yeah,
Through
sounds
the
about right.
cranium without an anesthetic.
Ooh!
That's ghastly.
Yeah?
Electroshocks, straitjacket, shock therapy. That reads like a torture report out of the Middle Ages. But the poor guy seems to have survived it. Then a
Yeesh.
few weeks ago, he was sent back to his home country after an application from a certain Dr. Nicole Charlois to a small suburb of San Cristobal west of Havana. It looks like he obviously resisted so violently that they had to give him the double doses of phenylcyclidine piperidine. I believe that sedative has been forbidden for a while now. That's
Yep.
strange. Perez has been here for almost 30 years, and suddenly they're shipping him off to Cuba? And Nina's father disappears without a trace shortly thereafter. I would be astonished if there wasn't a connection. But what could it be?
I don't know. Okay.
I wasn't able to find a file on Nina under the name Kalenkov or Perkova. Either she doesn't have one or it's stored somewhere else.
Well, let's go through the door. Delightful.
I don't really want to find out who or what is lying underneath it and where all these stains come from.
I don't
Luckily,
either.
It can't be Nina. The person or thing is far too small.
Ooh.
My doctor always uses a thing like that to listen to my lungs rattle.
I take that. What else? Ooh, we have x-rays.
I cannot find anything in particular on the skull, but the lungs. I can't imagine that the person is still alive.
Probably not. There's
Conditions like these would cause hospitals to shut down completely. At least I hope so.
what's in the bucket? Do we want to know?
The bucket is full of blood. I think I'm gonna throw up.
Okay. What's this?
Ammonia. No idea what they use that for. Maybe as an alternative to smelling salts to bring someone back to consciousness?
Mine. Okay. Anything else? Not really. Let's go through the door again.
I can hear voices. As long as I don't know what to expect on the other side, I'm not touching this door.
That's fair. Listen.
Can't do anything about that, but you're missing out. It's a really good game. I just wish the satellite dish wasn't so sensitive. I have to keep adjusting it. Hopefully, it won't be as windy as yesterday. I couldn't really see anything properly.
Well,
No,
okay then.
you can forget that. Just be happy that the broad is in a deep sleep at least and not constantly on a rampage. Yep, and 3 more days up in that damp room, then our doctors have more work to do. No, you better stay up there. There's hardly anyone here, but in case someone should surface, there'll be another uproar about people leaving posts and so on. Not to worry. The head physician won't even notice that I'm more occupied with the TV during my shift than with making rounds. I'm keeping an eye on the entrance. If he doesn't come crawling through the basement, I'll notice him in time no matter what. Yep,
Okay.
will do. Till then. And don't go hunting rats again. The doc is still sour about the bullet holes.
A damp room somewhere on the upper floors. At least now I know where Nina is being held. It's a little inconvenient that there are at least 2 guards there. I have got to get into contact with Nina somehow. Perhaps she's got an idea how to get rid of them.
Okay.
Her
So
cell
let's
phone
say.
is off. I just tried it.
Okay. So we know she's on the upper
Seems
floors.
to be a suit.
So let's say we put.
Distributing ammonia around me without any motivation at all is fun, but not very useful. I don't even know where this pipe leads.
Okay.
The guard is busy watching soccer on TV. Still, I better not go any further into the room, because if he turns around, I'm dead meat.
Okay.
A heavy safety door. It only seems to open from one side. A heavy safety door.
No? Okay. So we see the safety door, we see the guard. What if we go mess with the satellite dish out front? What if we do that?
Damn it! The stupid satellite dish needs adjusting again.
Now, he goes out the front. We go crawling through here.
Apparently the guy has already readjusted the satellite dish.
Okay. So we need a way to contact Nina, right?
I'd better not.
How do we do that?
It's probably broken, and that's why it's just sitting here.
Okay, got nothing there. Ooh, scalpel.
A syringe. Looks like it hasn't been used yet, although the needle's been uncovered.
Mine?
I'll have to be careful not to touch the needle. Still appears to be new and unused.
Mine? Anything else of interest? Okay. Do we cut the satellite dish?
The people should be working, not watching TV.
Damn it! The stupid satellite dish needs adjusting again.
So we cut the wire for it this time, which means he won't be able to get back to adjust it. Right? He's going to be out there adjusting it for a while.
I'd better not go there. As soon as the guard notices me, I'll have some huge problems.
Okay, what about going here?
A heavy safety door. It only seems to open. If I lock the guard in, he'll be a bit baffled for a while. After a few minutes, though, he'll sound the alarm. I've got to think of something. How am I going to silence the guy? I'd better not go there. As soon as the guard notices. Either a live broadcast.
Okay.
I'd better not go there.
So
Her cell phone. I'd better not.
he won't go upstairs.
I'd better not go. I'd better.
Okay, so he won't go anywhere else. But we did take care of the one guard. Could we use those? No. So, I mean, I know he wants to contact Nina. And we know she's up in the upper floors. I figure the way to do that is through this pipe. If I remember, we have to do something like put the ammonia up the pipe to wake her up and contact her through the pipe.
Distributing ammonia around.
But he's not going to do that right now.
What would happen if someone got an ammonia injection? Medical experiments will have to wait till later.
Okay. So where are we going from there? All right. Yeah, I know. We've got to talk to the drain pipe outside the cellars. I remember that. Oh. We have to do this first. I said do this. Thank you.
I can hear really loud snoring. And groans, something about a train, explosions, and Daddy. Now, wait a minute, that sounds like Nina. The pipe seems to lead into the room where she's being held.
Okay.
Nina, hey, wake up. Nina. No. Damn, she seems to be a heavy sleeper. She can't hear me.
Okay, so now we stick the ammonia up the pipe.
That penetrating smell might just take care of waking Nina up. Ugh, it stinks to hell down here now. That does not help me at all.
All right. And then we
Maybe
put
the small
fan up there?
ventilator is powerful enough to blow this ammonia stink into Nina's cell. Gotta be worth a try.
Right?
Ugh, what a terrible smell. Doesn't that contravene all the rules of the Geneva Convention?
I'm very happy that you're all right.
Max?
Who else? Or were you expecting someone special?
To tell you the truth, I wasn't prepared for a surprise visit. I should tidy up a bit here first.
Yeah, it's
And let
cute.
some air in. Did you send me this revolting smell in here?
Yes, there was no other way to wake you up. By the way, you snore and talk in your sleep.
If you mention that to anyone at all, you are a dead man.
Don't worry, but we have to get you out of there first.
Good idea. Do you have a plan?
No, not really.
Okay.
Then now is the time to come up with one. I'll get myself tidied up in the meantime. The fact that the hero rescues the princess and she looks like something the cat dragged in was never part of any story that I have read.
Come on. Okay, so we can contact Nina through the pipe.
Nina is at the end of the pipe. I have to get her out as quickly as possible.
Climb the pipe and save her. No, that's not going to work? Okay.
A heavy safety door.
Okay. So now we have contact with Nina. I don't know what exactly that's supposed to do, though. Also, I'm not sure why he's so taken with her. He's had like 2 conversations with her, and they were all, hey, where's my dad? I don't know.
Her cell phone is off.
Okay. I don't. Oh! 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 She was. Oh! 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 She was added as a button! Oh!
That's pretty. My grandmother used to earn a living crocheting placemats like that. I would probably break my fingers trying.
Crocheting is fine. I just don't have the patience for it.
The sweet smell of decomposition is the only reminder of what was once in here, whatever that might have been. The sweet...
Okay, mine. Alright, what else is in here?
That has seen better days.
Can I take the leg off?
This chair leg is only made out of plastic, but
Okay, no, we can't break it off.
Locked. I suppose that had to be expected, but it's still worth a try.
Okay, what do we got? Ooh, quite a lot, actually.
The wall doesn't make a very solid impression. However, getting out of here would probably take days. I don't really want to know what is scrabbling around in there. It's broken out of the wall.
Mine. Okay. What
That
about the
one has
chair
had it.
itself?
And with only one leg, you're useless as a chair.
Okay.
And I lay on that thing. Ugh.
Anything we can use? Ooh. Yes.
Pull it once over this sharp edge, and the work of many evenings goes to the dogs. Ooh, if my grandmother would see that.
Okay, and then
The
we
thread
tie
is
it
not
to
all
the
that
rock.
strong if a part breaks off when I tie a knot.
And then we put the rock down there.
The stone seems to have hit the bottom. Now I can exchange a few smaller objects with Max.
Okay, and then Max can give you the scalpel. The syringe.
I think I should just
What?
I think I should just forget about this. Otherwise, Nina might reach in and get hurt by accident.
Okay. Forceps. Fan? Probably not. Phone? No. Okay. So Nina now has the scalpel. Can we cut the bed?
Take that, scourge of every health authority.
I have foam. Can we get this?
So now the last leg is off too. Don't you go walking away.
Okay.
Locked.
Yeah, I know. Can we pass this to Max? Not really. Can we pass this to Max? No. No, but I can give him the scalpel back. Okay. Now I'm giving him that. Okay. Okay. So, what am I doing from there? We have a sponge. I feel like I'm supposed to soak the sponge in cheese soup and send it back to Nina to get the mouse out of the hole. Why I'm doing that, I don't know. But I vaguely remember that being a thing. Okay. So, I don't know what to do here. Oh, that's supposed to be a hose. Here, send her stuff back up to her. Come on. Where's the little tiny hand icon? You know what, Max? Could you move, please? Right there. Okay. Let's send her our stuff back. Okay. Now what? Do we use the chair? Nina, could you come over here, please?
First of all, I need the bait before I construct any fiendish traps.
Oh! So we're gonna use the
First of all,
chair leg with the rope and the sponge to make a trap. So we need the bait. So then what is she gonna do then? I mean, I feel like it's definitely got something to do with, okay. Second guard is our current problem. All right. We used the syringe already? Really? Did we? Do I just not, have I missed a step with Max? Hang on. Okay, so he's not like gone. He's just like readjusting things.
The guard is desperately trying to readjust the satellite dish.
Okay. I figured he was standing outside. Okay, well that changes things a little bit. Apparently we're not done with guard A. All right. So I think what we need then is to go back outside. Let's send this down here. Go back to Max.
I'll take the back of the syringe off. The needle and its attachment should then be light enough for me to use it as a dart in my blowpipe.
Okay. And then we're going to go around front and say,
The guard is desperate.
so we have a blow dart now, and we want to try and use it on the guard. I'm not sure how. Oh, okay. Nope, I've got it. Okay, so now we look at
There's
this.
a whole load of medicines and chemicals. If I'm not mistaken, one of these bottles contains that stuff Perez was sedated with in it. I still can't identify the rest.
Okay, so then we take this,
And if
we
I
do
touch
that.
this needle now, our little adventure will come to a pretty fast end.
Okay. And then we say, put that over
If I
here.
attack the guard, he'll still be able to run from the room and raise an alarm. I shouldn't risk it.
Okay. We're closer. All right. Okay. But he won't fire at the guy. Maybe not from here. Maybe we need to go to another location?
I'd better not go.
No, I have no clue. Alright. Back to my absolutely not a walkthrough. What am I missing? Alright. So. Yeah, we know. He said the satellite dish was having trouble. We broke it, so he's out there trying to adjust it. Alright, we have the stuff to knock somebody out. We have the blowgun. And we've broken the satellite dish. Yeah, I tried grabbing the wedge. But it wouldn't let me. Maybe it wouldn't let me before. Okay, so it'll let me now. I tried that, or maybe it's because I didn't have the thing before.
Crap. How did that happen?
That guy is making a hell of a noise. I'll have to get him to shut up very quickly.
Okay, so then we go through. Oh! I see.
I think that with such a hectic job, a little bit of peace won't hurt the guard.
Ouch!
What was that?
I'm rid of him for now.
Okay. So then, we want to go. We want to peek around here.
Locked.
Is our next.
Either a live broadcast from the Antarctic or the effects of adjusting the satellite dish.
Okay.
A heavy safety door. It only seems to open from one side.
Okie dokie.
The guard is in there.
Alright, so let's talk about
this
this
is where
next
the second
one.
guard is sitting. I almost landed in his lap. One more step and he'll notice me. I've got to think of something to distract him.
Okay. Maybe this is where we talk to Nina. Let's. Can she knock on the door or something?
Locked.
Alright, let's go with Max. He's still not close enough. Here, she needs that later anyway, so send that back up to Nina. Can we send that
This little
up
bottle
to
is
Nina?
pretty fragile. I'd better keep it.
Okay. So it's just those. We can send the pliers up there. That's new. Okay. Oh, that just sent them back. I didn't mean to do that. Hang on. Send those back up here. Thank you. Can we push our bowl through the door? I can send that down to Max, who now has a sponge. There we go. Dish.
Cheese soup.
There it is!
Theoretically very delicious, but theory and practical life are very often rather far apart.
It's not that bad if you spice it up proper.
The sponge sucks itself full of soup.
Okay. And then send that back up to Nina. And then swap to Nina, who now has cheese soup on a sponge.
Whatever it is in there, if it is attracted to the smell, it'll grab its prey and disappear. It doesn't make much sense, really, does it?
Okay.
First of all, I need the bait before...
Okay. So we have the bait.
Looks like it could work as a trap. Stress on the could. If it is really true that mice and rats like cheese, then this aromatic piece of foam rubber must be the perfect bait.
Okay, and then we put that there.
The big game hunt can begin.
Okay.
Then let's have a look and see what we've caught.
A mouse. So then we give you the rat. Okay, and then you take the rat up to the other guy and run it past his feet.
Run. Run as fast as you can and keep the guard busy for as long as you can. Good luck.
Just you wait, you little beast. I'll get you.
Right, because he said he likes to chase rats. Okay. So then now what do we do?
The door is locked.
Max, quick! Get me out of here!
Hang on a moment. I've nearly done it.
Nearly done what? What? Okay.
A small, ugly green chair.
Let's put the bottle on it?
A small, ugly...
Like, we've got to drug the guy in some way, right? I would imagine, like, put the bottle under the cushion, maybe?
A small, ugly...
I would imagine, like, put the bottle under the cushion, maybe, and, like, let him sit on it. But, I don't know. Okay. So while the other guy's off hunting rats...
The guard is in there, and that is the way it should stay. A heavy safety door.
Okay. So that's not quite exactly what I was thinking it was. Okay. Let's say second guard. Oh, okay. I got it.
A pin board with thousands of small notices, some instructions, naked women, telephone numbers. But nothing that brings me any further. I'll take the thumbtacks with me, but the bulletin board can stay where it is.
Alright. And then we do this, and then we do that.
I'll put this thumbtack under the cushion so that the guard doesn't get suspicious.
And then we
Damn,
dash down
that
the
rat
stairs.
just slipped away from me. But wait, I'll get you next time. Ah! Spivak, you're a rat as well, but I'll get you too.
All is quiet. I hope the dose was strong enough.
Okay. Search the guard.
A bunch of keys.
Find the key. Open the cell. Yes?
I'm really happy to see you. And thanks for...
My pleasure, noble princess.
Seriously?
Come on now, we have to go.
I'll just get my things together.
Okay.
Hopefully those guys haven't grabbed everything. Thanks, you two. I would hate to think what would have happened if you hadn't come along.
I mean,
You don't have to, but we wouldn't let you rot anywhere in the sticks.
I knew that I could rely on you.
Anytime. If I
how? You've had two
If you postpone the niceties
conversations.
until later, we should get going. The people in the hospital are bound to notice your absence soon.
Yeah, I'm ready. Although,
What?
we must be really close to where my father used to set up camp on his earlier expeditions. Am I right?
Yes, that's true. But we really don't have any time for that. The hospital belongs to the Russian military, and when they sound the alarm, it will get extremely uncomfortable around here. We should first get out of here and think about how we want to proceed along the way.
But...
No buts. The risk of landing here in the first place was already big enough. We are going. Max, I need your help to get the airplane ready for liftoff.
Oleg is right. We've got to get away from here first, and then we'll see what happens. Go on. Get your things out of the Jeep and come.
I'm taking the Jeep. Bye, guys.
Attention! Attention! An alarm has gone off in the neighboring military hospital. A female patient who is considered extremely dangerous has escaped. The military has been notified and several soldiers are on their way here. Until they arrive, no one is allowed to leave the airfield. Everyone is ordered to be on high alert.
Well, okay then. So
No
much
one
for
will be
leaving.
permitted to take off or land.
Damn, they're looking for me already. What now? We'll meet here in a few hours.
Okay, peace out. I don't...
I hope you have good news.
Of course he doesn't.
Unfortunately, no. Kalenkov is still missing.
Woo.
I'm waiting for the good news.
Well, at least the others haven't found him yet either.
We are running out of time. The preparations for the project are almost finished, and everyone is waiting for you to finally find the missing piece of the puzzle.
I'm doing my best. What should I do if...
Concentrate on his past. Someone has to know about Kalenkov's research, and if he can't tell us his secret himself, then others will just have to do it for him.
Hopefully Max and Oleg are all right. I suppose they weren't born yesterday. They'll get along with the soldiers somehow. And exactly how are we going to get away from here again, I don't yet know. We can brainstorm that later. In the meantime, I can try to find the camp from which my father started his expeditions. The thing is, where do I look? Apart from this tent, I have found no signs of human existence. Hopefully I can get some help here.
I have issues with this whole, Max and Nina relationship because there's not a relationship here. They're trying to play like there
A plug
is.
stuck in the barrel. If I pull the plug on that barrel, its contents will seep into the ground.
That's fair. Reindeer!
A beautiful animal. Wouldn't it make a wonderful bedside rug? The
Ew,
fur is
why?
quite soft. It would definitely... Don't look at me like that, or I'll put my thoughts into action.
Please, just a reindeer. I don't know why you'd want to kill it just for a nice rug. Anyway,
It makes a very solid impression.
my issue that I have with that is just like, they've had two conversations as far as the player knows, and they're already playing up this idea of, ooh, Max and Nina are a thing. And it's like, No, they're really not. Okay.
The trough is empty. Clearly, nobody seems to take very good care of the animals.
Hello?
Sorry for simply barging in like this, but I'm looking for...
Medicine. Parchment. Burns.
What? Which parchment? And what kind of medicine? I don't understand. The old guy seems to be in a kind of semi-conscious state. I'm not at all sure if he can even hear me. Obviously, he needs some kind of medication. I'll take a look around.
Well,
The
let's
fire
start
hasn't
with this.
completely destroyed the parchment, but it is pretty charred and brittle. These bits of parchment have been so badly fire damaged that they'll fall apart if I pick them up. I'll have to restore them somehow.
Okay.
The fireplace is already cold. This grill is rather rusty. A strange creature with its mouth open. It seems to be some type of nutcracker. A simple tin cup.
Mine now.
A simple wooden cooking spoon.
Mine now. Scissors?
I have a different concept of sharp.
Mine now. Okay.
One of those things comprising of 3 billion threads.
Use scissors on tassel? No, huh? Okay. Use a spoon on the tassel.
The old man doesn't look very well. I'm not going to get any further on my own, and if he doesn't get his medicine soon...
Okay. I don't think there's anything else in here. Let's talk out here. I think it's just a barrel full of
Through a small hole
water.
in the lid, you can see that it's almost full of water.
All right, so what we need to do is we need to get some sort of canal going to move water from barrel to trough.
The tree is ancient. It must have survived the catastrophe undamaged, but that was 100 years ago. Only the bark is flaking off. But that would happen to me after a century as well.
Okay, use scissors. Use shovel. Use shovel. Okay.
I definitely won't fell the tree with that. I'll limit myself to the bark.
Use shovel. Scrape off some resin with the cup. Okay. And then I think this is going to be our trough. Okay. And pull the plug. Why I did that, I don't know, but we did.
That poor animal is drinking as if there were no tomorrow.
Probably very thirsty. Okay. Mix it. Anything else in the Jeep? That's mine.
It's a pity that civilization has progressed even into deepest Russia. There will be everything one needs to survive in there.
Okay. Take it.
First aid? Only first aid for alcoholics. 1 bottle of vodka and nothing else. No bandages, no painkillers. Apart from the vodka, of course.
Okay.
It's a pity that civilization...
Yep. Anything else? Not really, no.
A simple wood...
Okay. What if we start a fire?
The fireplace.
No? Okay. Oh, goodness. My brain is being like, you have to sneeze, and I'm being like, I'm not sure I have to do that. Put alcohol in it? No. Put ketchup in it? No. Okay. There seems to be something here.
A large case, probably for provisions. Too big, too heavy, and too useless.
Okay, can we cut it open? Can we pry it? Ooh, we could pry it open. Hang on.
Then I'll get on with my favorite hobby and start destroying things.
Firewood? There's a stuff for the. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We
Good
have a
idea.
steam vent.
I'll take the cup and reach into the steam. After a few seconds, my arm is perfectly done and ready to serve.
Okay.
A sharp stone.
The point. Oh, pointed. I thought it said painted stone.
What should I do with this drought victim? Siberian gentian leek. Seems to be the only plant that flowers around here. I have no idea if it is under protection, but it is so pretty that I would really like to make an exception and leave it in one piece.
Okay. Can we cut some off? No. Okay.
That stuff stinks. It looks and smells like there's sulfur coming out of there.
Probably because there is. Okay.
The barrel is now empty. There are still pieces of parchment in the ash. If I put the wood in there, it'll completely destroy them.
Okay, so no. Can we combine wood with that? So do we put the stone in here or
And this is all that this spade and I leave over from the case.
what?
It makes a very and this is all that this spade and I leave over from the case.
Oh, okay, I'm with her now. All right. Woo! Took me a second. All right. Now we are at how do I restore the parchment? Okay. So we're going to need a brush handle. Adhesive. All right, so here's the thing. If we're going to need a brush, I figure out where we get that. Right? There's one really easy way to get brush.
A beautiful animal. Wouldn't it make a wonderful bedside rug?
Oh, come on. Oh no, we're gonna go tassels for the brush, aren't we?
They all look as if they're about to fall apart. I'll be very careful that... One of the threads has come loose. I don't need any more of them, so I'll leave the tassels where they are.
Okay.
One of those things comprising of...
So we have the thread for the tassel. Oh. Use the scissors to cut a little fur off the reindeer.
The scissors are so blunt that I'll only manage to tear some hairs out. The reindeer won't like that very much.
Okay, so sharpen
Not really
the scissors?
the superlative in whetstones, but these scissors can't get any blunter. And how's that? It now cuts more than butter.
Now
Easy
we cut
there,
the hair.
boy.
Okay, now we attach.
The hairs just don't stay on the spoon.
Okay. Now
if
they
I
will.
take the spoon, the hairs, and this thread, and I... Hey! It works!
Yeah, okay. So now we have a brush. The only other thing that I need to do is figure out how to warm up. Because this is supposed to be resin, but we do have to warm it up somehow. And then we can use that to words. Why do words always... Then we can use that to get the parchment put back together. Okay. Okay. All right, yeah, we know about the hole. We're supposed to take the grate from his house. Okay. We take his grate. Okay. And then we come over here. Put grate over hole. Put cup on grate. Pick up cup. Take cup full of resin over here. Put resin on brush.
If I paint the resin very carefully over the parchment pieces...
Yep, that's how that works. Okay, we've got the parchment.
5 parts of the source of life, 2 parts of root of tears, 1 part blood of the night, 3 parts drops of intoxication, to be taken shortly before it unites with the wind. What effect it is supposed to have isn't noted, just as much as how to get each ingredient.
Okay, so we need... I'm guessing intoxication is this guy. Right?
5 parts of the source of life, 2 parts of root of tears.
Source of
1
life is
part
water.
blood of the night, 3 parts drops of intoxication, to be taken shortly before it unites with the wind. What effect it is supposed to have isn't noted, just as much as how to get each ingredient.
Okay, so I kind of wish she wasn't reading it out. And she didn't write it down either, which is kind of frustrating.
I have no...
I'm assuming it's got something to do with the ketchup. Intoxication is definitely the vodka. Blood of the night might be ketchup. Source of life is definitely water. I don't know what the other stuff would be, though.
No.
The old guy obviously doesn't want me to take the statue. I'd better leave it here.
Okay, I don't have a cup anymore, though. Put the grate back up. Okay. There's a bowl here. That would be great if we could grab that, but we can't. To be taken before it unites with air is definitely, we've got to make it aerosolized. So we've got to turn it into a vapor, which means steam it.
I am not driving away from here until I have found...
Okay. Is there another source of... Barrel should be empty.
The barrel
by
is now empty.
Right, can I take it? No. We've got to have another kind of a container. Right? Unless we're just throwing stuff on the fire. Okay. And see, she doesn't give me any hints. She doesn't write it down.
5 parts of the source of life.
That's water.
2 parts of root of tears.
Don't know what that is.
1 part blood of the night. 3
Not
parts drops
sure.
of intoxication.
Pretty sure it's the alcohol.
Taken shortly. What if...
And that's... Alright, so... I'm pretty sure blood of the night. What is this?
Siberian gentian leek. Seems to be the only plant that flowers around.
Can we dig it up? Okay, we can dig it up.
I know. They're under the protection of nature conservation laws. I'll be very careful.
Okay, so this is part of the root, right? But, like, I don't have anything to, like, do we fill the bottle with water? No. Okay. But, like, I don't have a cup anymore. That's the problem. So I don't have a cup anymore. Okay, let's start with... Yeah, alright. So we have... Source of life is definitely water. What vial? That's what gets me. They're like, put water in the vial. What vial? There is no vial. Okay, that leads me back out. We crack the root.
No.
The old guy obviously... I could press out the gentian bulb with that, but then the juice would run all over the place.
Okay. There's no vial in there.
I am not driving...
I mean, the only thing we have is the vodka. Right? There's nothing to look at here other than the trash, which we've
It's a
already
pity
looked
that-
at. I don't. That's just the reindeer. That's the. I don't know what else they want me to do here.
Pretty sticky, this stuff. If I touch that stuff, I'll never get it off my hands again.
Yeah, we've already used the resin.
A failed and abandoned attempt to plant and raise a tomato plant, known to the biologist as Solanum lycopersicum. For others, love or paradise apple, a member of the nightshade family.
Yeah, so that's blood of the night because it's a nightshade plant.
The sulfur fumes have gone. Only that horrible smell is there.
Anything in there? Do I dig it up? What? Where do I find said vial? That's my only question. Because we've got everything we need, right? I've got everything we need. I figured out how we're supposed to make this guy's medicine and what we're supposed to do with it. I just need the vial. Oh! Okay. Show this to this guy.
Hey, old man, wake up. Is this the recipe for your medicine?
And
It
he
really does
gives
seem to
me
be
the
recipe.
vial.
The old guy wants me to prepare it in this vial. I'll have to hurry preparing his medicine. He's not going to hold out for much longer.
Okay. So then we do that. And we do that.
Well, that must be the right doses, depending, of course, on the bulb being meant as the root of tears.
Okay. That's mine. And then we put
Ketchup
that
is
in.
made of tomatoes. Tomatoes belong to the nightshade family. That could be the connection to the blood of the night reference. I'll try it.
Okay.
A few drops of the intoxication.
And then water. I said water. Thank you,
5
Nina.
parts from the source of life. Got it.
And then you put all of that on the fire.
Hopefully this witch's brew doesn't blow up in my face. I have no idea when the stuff is ready, but before it all evaporates... Evaporate! That's it. To be taken before it unites with the wind. Then the medicine must be finished.
So...
A box of
Oh, okay, so it's done. And then we give it to him?
drink, old man. I hope that helps.
Thanks.
My pleasure. What happened?
A little difference of opinion with the guards.
Guards? From the research station?
Yes, Oh, it's not important.
Not so important. You nearly died.
But I'm alive. And you aren't just here to help me, are you? You have some questions.
Yep.
Yes. How did you know?
Your eyes betray you.
Well,
The
the
eyes
fact that you're
betray
standing in his yurt.
Your eyes. I know your eyes. They were here once a long time ago.
Me? I was most certainly not.
Yes, they were. But they weren't in the body of a young woman. You're the daughter of... What was his name again?
Vladimir Kalenkow? You know my father?
Yes, Vladimir was his name. He came to me back then, like you are today,
Okay, then.
with the same eyes.
I need your help. If you knew my father, then you can also tell me what happened here all those years ago.
I'm only a shepherd. I've always been a shepherd. and I will remain a shepherd for the rest of my life.
But you don't have sheep. You
I
only
know
have
my
one
place in
reindeer.
life, and you should know yours too. Listen to the words of a simple man. My son didn't listen to me.
What do you mean?
You want to know what happened here almost 50 years ago, and what is happening here today. My son was also curious. He didn't want to listen to me.
Okay.
He found a strange piece of metal in the woods, and he asked questions.
Uh-oh.
Wrong questions to the wrong people. I never saw him again. There are things that we are just not meant for. If we don't realize this...
Old man, your words may be very wise, but my father is in danger and I need your help.
I know. I can see it in your eyes.
Okay.
You really are just like your father. I also warned him, but he didn't want to listen to me either.
Fair enough.
He entered the cursed realm of the Ugdi.
The what to the
evil
what now?
thunderbirds that have been sent to cause endless sickness since the year of the great catastrophe.
I'm sorry, the what
Your
to the what
father
now?
ignored my warning, and his companion must have paid dearly for it. I know that I
what?
cannot stop you, so I will tell you where your father had his camp back then. Follow the northern path until you reach the swamps, and you will find what you are looking for. But always
Okay.
remember my words. Be careful in everything you do. Things happen here that no one can even begin to imagine.
The Evans was right. The atmosphere here is real strange. So unreal. Even if perhaps a good portion of superstition is involved, I have a strange feeling here. And then the story with the thunderbirds and the endless sickness.
Yeah,
Pull
so...
yourself together, Nina. You're just exhausted. There are no thunderbirds,
No, I'm
and
with you
any
on that.
phenomenon, no matter how mysterious, can be explained rationally. Hopefully.
So, am I just drowsy, or did that not make any sense?
That must be the site that the old man spoke of. My father started his expeditions from here. Maybe I'll find an explanation here of how the events of the past link with the kidnapping of my father.
Because I feel like half and half, right?
I should probably watch out where I'm stepping. One false step could be my last one.
Okay.
The small windows are absolutely filthy.
Well, yeah, nobody's been here in ages. Flat tire on the
A
generator.
supplying the hut with power.
Let me guess, out of gas?
There is obviously no more fuel in it. That would have been too good.
Tanker.
An old drinking water tank.
So we take the hose from it? Okay. Hello?
An 8mm film projector. Considering its age and the fact that it's not professionally handled here, it is not in bad condition.
Yeah, the
An
piano
old rag.
is. I'm assuming that was a piano just by the look of it. Okay. Ah, okay, I see what they mean. I'm not reading it yet.
There is nothing special to see, but then again, it is pitch black in there. A small bit of tinfoil.
Mine! That's the wrong button. I meant to press this button.
The small windows are absolutely filthy.
Okay, what about... There was something down here? A shard.
Are shards always broken, or are there whole shards? An interesting question. I'll have to ask my former philosophy professor.
Technically, all shards should be broken because a shard is a piece of something. So I can answer that for you, dear.
Inside, the windows are almost clean.
Okay. So we go outside and clean the window.
As an obedient little housewife, of course I know what my duties are.
Ugh.
There, finished. Shall I make dinner now as well?
No, not until about 6-ish. Okay. So we need gas, right, to light the place up in here? What are we doing here? Alright, I'll take a look at their hint. Okay. So for this we need some sort of magnet. Anything else back here to look at? Yes.
A bit of petroleum still seems to be in there.
Cool. Mine now. We can go down the pathway. Ooh.
Wow, what a monster. I have to ask, even if I'm talking to myself, how did that thing get here?
Somebody drove it. Whoa. Okay.
Wow.
Wheel rim. What do we got?
This has been plundered. Everything that can be taken off and carried is gone. There are only 2 small nuts here, and I am having them.
Okay. Nuts are mine.
There still seems to be a bit of diesel oil in there.
We're going to siphon it out. Into the vodka? No.
That must be a tributary of the stony Tunguska. It's not the river's fault, but I'm starting to hate that name.
Okay.
That must be a tributary.
What if
That
we
must
go
be
up
the
here?
research station that the transit train was supposed to be going to.
Yep.
Has it even arrived there at all? The
That's a
research
good
station
question.
is certainly impressive. It even has its own runway, and probably just as impressively secured. I can forget getting in there.
Well,
I'm not
now-
even sure that I want to go in anyway. After all, I have heard and read about this station and the place it was built on. Anyway, the station does radiate a certain fascination. Not a positive one, and the longer I look, the more I get the shivers. I better make my way back. There's a lot to do, and I still don't know what secret out of Daddy's past is concealed here.
Okay, so if they have a runway, why are they transporting everybody by train?
The river drops about 30 meters here. It's a very impressive sight.
Right? Alright, well, let's go in here.
It is light enough here, and I don't want to waste any petroleum. Who knows if...
Okay, so let's look in here.
I'll light the lamp. I can't see or find anything special.
You can't? Because it says there's something
I
here.
can't see or find anything.
Do we use the rag?
The wall is covered in soot. You can't just wipe it
Soot?
over and... Hey, presto, clean. The rag is so...
Did you mean soot?
I would never have dreamed that one day I would clean out a chimney from the inside.
I mean, that does need to be done on a regular basis.
Now that the soot is off, I can see numbers
Soot.
written on it. 7.5, 3, 10.5, 6.
Okay. Um, that means that's probably the code for the sundial, right? And we need some sort of magnet for that. Okay. We're definitely going to need something to siphon the tank with or into.
Wow. What?
There nothing in there?
Wow.
Nope, nothing in there. Okay, we've already checked up here, right? There's really nothing here but a lovely vista. So let's check back here. Is there anything I'm missing?
If I remember correctly, then that thing has something to do with magnetism and producing electricity.
Can I have it?
A generator, supplying the hut with power. There is obviously no more fuel in
Okay.
it. That would have been too good.
Okay.
An old drinking water tank.
So anything else in here? It doesn't look like it. Anything else up here? Not really, no. Let's do this walk to the side of the screens thing, see if it scrolls. No. Can we turn on the projector?
It won't work without electricity. It won't work with...
Yeah, I figured as much. Okay. Uh-huh. Magnetize the nuts, put them in very specific places, and you get what you need. I am thinking. But we need to magnetize them for starters. And we need to get the generator started.
I should probably...
I don't know where else to go from there. That being the case. I mean, I'm pretty sure I figured out the solution, just not how they want me to get there. Let's go with that. Right? Really? I thought it was full, but okay. I guess it's not full anymore. Here. Thank you.
There's still plenty of vodka in there. If I want the one spirit, I think I will have to get rid of the other. Nastarovia.
So she just drinks it.
I think I'm a bit out of practice.
Okay, so she just got herself drunk so she could steal the diesel fuel. Okay. Fine, let's put the diesel fuel into the generator.
That's what I call quality craftsmanship. Over 50 years old, and it still works like it did when it came out of the factory.
All right then. I'm pretty sure if we touch this, we're going to get like a cutscene started. So here's what I'm going to do real fast. I'm going to give you guys the break video and I will be right back. working on that. Are you trying to help?
Wow, yeah. Jump in that snow. Run in that snow, doggy. Yeah.
Poor thing, it's up to her belly.
Yeah. Seems like she's having a ball, though.
She loves the deep snow. She absolutely loves the deep snow.
It's like, I don't know where to go. I'll just keep running.
I mean, like, she kind of hates it when it's just like, you know, a little bit of snow. But when it's deep like this, oh, she loves it.
There she goes.
Did she come back?
No, she's going home.
It'll probably make him more anxious. Whatever happens here. Hey, I turned it off.
Sorry if I put too much video on your phone.
Don't worry about it. I have a thing to take care of that.
I kind of figure you did. Get it, Kay? Don't let that box get away with being unopened. You tell that box.
Pretty sure she already took the cookie milk.
Doesn't seem like it.
She's just checking for more.
Oh, okay.
But now she kind of wants to know what's in the box.
Yeah.
You and I both know this is her specialty.
Yes.
Oh, no, there's still some cookie rattling in there, huh?
It's okay, Kay. Open the box. Yeah. Get it. And she's basically got it. She's just gotta get it out.
Yeah, she's just gotta get the cookie out, really.
Yeah, her little pig head from that came from the stocking. Just like, oh boy, here we go. Rawr.
You know I'm working on that. Are you trying to help?
Wow, yeah. Jump in that snow. Run in that snow, doggy. Yeah.
Poor thing, it's up to her belly.
Yeah. Seems like she's having a ball, though.
She loves the deep snow. She absolutely loves the deep snow.
It's like, I don't know where to go. I'll just keep running.
I mean, like, she kind of hates it when it's just like, you know, a little bit of snow. But when it's deep like this, oh, she loves it.
There she goes.
Did she come back?
No, she's going home.
It'll probably make him more anxious, whatever happens to you. Okay. So, let's take a look at this.
There is no roll of film in there.
Okay then. But we
I'll hold both
magnetize.
nuts close to the coils, but not too close, otherwise I'll be toast. As a result, they seem to have become magnetized.
Yep. Okay, so then we go in here. And what was the code again? All right, 7.5, 3, 10.5, 6. Okay. So then, we want 6, 7?
That's strange. Obviously, the compass needle only moves when I press the button. I seem to have triggered a mechanism, but nothing has happened yet.
Okay. 7, it should be 7.5, right? So 6, 10.5. That would be 10. So 10.5. It's not 10.5, is it? It's 7.5, 3. 10.5, 6, right? Boy. 7.5, 3, 10.5, 6. Okay. So 7.5, 3, 10.5, 6.
A
Got
secret
it.
compartment. There are a few
Okay.
old documents and a roll of film in there. I'll have a look at the documents. Maybe my father left them there. Yes, indeed. He describes that the 1958 expedition apparently could not provide an explanation why the plant growth has changed so much here since the catastrophe of 1908.
Well, there
the
we go.
discovery of a meteorite, hoped for by the government as a cause of the devastating explosion, also did not materialize. For this reason, neither my father in his function as the leader of the expedition, nor the biologist, Ken Morangi, could provide an unambiguous conclusion, which obviously was not regarded favorably by the authorities.
Yeah.
Oh, and they are also briefly mentioning Oleg here, but apparently he was not that important. I guess I'd better not tell him that. Years later, in his function as a geologist at the Academy of Sciences in Moscow, my father examined a strange piece of metal that had been found in the Tunguska region. He then was able to prove its non-terrestrial origins, which breathed new life into the meteorite theory. However, upon further
Okay.
analysis, he and his colleague Manuel Perez discovered traces that indicated that the metal had been worked. When they wanted to publish their discovery in the Kalenkov Expert, it was completely,
In
surprisingly
the Kalenkov
rejected,
report?
and they were forbidden any further examination of the rock. When my father continued to inquire about the happenings in the Tunguska region, he was dismissed from the Academy of Sciences. The last entries are from 1977. Obviously, he and Manuel Perez went to the Tunguska region on their own.
Fun.
They hoped to find additional fragments of that strange material so they could continue their studies. What the goal was and what happened isn't written down in here. In addition, I have this burning desire to know what is going on with this fragment. On the one hand, it's probably not of terrestrial origin, but on the other hand, it was processed. That would mean the old man also
Aliens.
said something about his son finding some metal fragment in the woods and then suddenly disappearing. That would fit in with the fact that my father was even thrown out of the Academy of Sciences due to his analysis. I hope that I will find some more answers on that roll of film.
All right, well, let's put on the roll of film then. I figure this is going to lead us to another cutscene.
Damn, the bulb has burned out. It's not possible to just pop around to the shops and get another around this place. So now is the time to think of something else.
Okay. So...
Without a reply...
Can we focus it with the glass then? It's got to have something to do with the glass shard and the window we just cleaned, right? Would be my guess. Is this has got to have something to do with the glass shard and the window we just cleaned. All right. Need to create a replacement of a shiny surface for... Okay, so we need the tin foil. And the glass. Okay. So we need glass
I've wrapped the tinfoil around the broken glass.
Tinfoil. And then that is our... I knew it had something to do with the shard of glass.
That should work. Since it's rather dark in here, the light reflected by my modified glass shard should do it.
Yep. Now we play. Yep, I was right. Cutscene.
So, Manuel, the camera's rolling.
Please excuse me for a moment. I'll be right back.
Manuel!
Manuel? Uh-oh.
What was that? Lightning? Or sheet lightning? And what happened to this Manuel Perez?
Whatever
That
it was,
sounded
it
like
just
an
happened
explosion.
again.
I should see what's going on. Looks as if half the station exploded.
Uh-oh. Hi! Hey, have you seen my dad? I've been looking for a while. And, like, you guys were last seen with him.
Move your asses. The intruders have to be around here somewhere. We'll get them. Spread out.
Oh, my head. What was that? Feels like someone sifted through my thoughts.
There's someone up there. Get them.
Damn. I have to get away from here.
Okay. Nope, alright, she's just running. Run, girlie! Oh good, they have guns! Ooh, action-packed sequence! That's great. We could have turned the camera shake down just a little bit on that. We could have turned down the camera shake
Thanks.
just a little
That
bit.
was
That was
close.
just a hint aggressive.
No problem. I told you that I would catch you if you were ever standing on the edge of a precipice.
That's
What
not
happened?
what you said
We
at
just
all.
saw that some areas of the research station were in flames, and suddenly there were soldiers everywhere.
I
Don't
don't know
know.
much more either. Suddenly, two strange figures appeared in front of me out of nowhere.
From the FSB?
No, they weren't agents. I'm not really sure. This may sound kind of stupid, but I'm not even sure if they were human.
What?
I don't know how I should describe it. It was more like a feeling that I got from them.
What did they want? Did they say anything?
They didn't really speak. It was more like voices inside my head. It was as if they were looking for an answer.
What kind of answer?
I don't know how to describe the feeling. It was as if my head was going to explode. I've never experienced pain like that. And then suddenly, I knew that I wanted to tell them everything. It was suddenly so clear.
You told them everything?
No. Before I could say anything, the soldiers came, and the two figures disappeared as suddenly as they appeared. Where are we flying to anyway?
In the meantime, Sergei has found out that your father was never in Moscow. So it almost
You
looks
could
as
have
if
dropped in the
entire trip
meantime.
was pretty much in vain.
No, on the contrary. I'm now sure that my father was kidnapped for some reason that has to do with the Tunguska catastrophe.
How come?
I found some of my father's old documents. If I haven't misunderstood them, he was on the trail of something big, and they have a name. Manuel Perez. He was with my father back then, and we also know approximately where he is now.
Yes, in a mental institution on Cuba.
Fun!
Great lead.
It's gotta be worth a try. And there's another name on the list. This Irish biologist, Ken Morangi.
That's right. I know that I have already asked a lot from you two, and am deeply indebted to you. And I would understand...
Stop rambling. What's your plan? You're heading to Cuba and I'm heading to Ireland?
You'd really do that?
You can pay me back.
Oh, it's a
some other
beautiful
time.
country.
For example, by buying me a cup of hot coffee.
Max, you're a sweetheart.
And don't you ever forget it.
Uh-huh. Literally, you have had 2 conversations with this guy. And he's already making suggestions is a way to put it. I don't trust that.
Oleg, I'm not usually like that. But what should I do? Besides you two, I don't have anyone who could help me. And if my father...
It's okay. We enjoy helping you, honestly. So don't worry about us. Concentrate on your dad.
Yeah, okay. We already found the psychiatric hospital. I only hope that this Perez is still
Oh,
here.
I remember
Why
this
shouldn't
bit.
he? But first I have to take care of some formalities. Will you be okay without me?
Sure.
Why not?
I
I've been
can
okay
manage
without
the
you
20
so
yards to the
far.
reception desk by myself. Go on. I'll be all right.
Okay. See you later.
See, he's always like piecing out. He's always like, I have an idea. Go to Russia. Okay, I'll go to Russia. Cool, I'm gone. What?
The future masterpieces of contemporary Cuban painting are created here. Whether they are justifiably rather unknown is something that others need to decide.
All right, then.
I wonder why such a small and remote psychiatric hospital needs a doorman, especially since there is no parking available here.
Hello.
Good afternoon. I'm looking for the sanatorium under the palms. Am I in the right place?
Good afternoon to you, too. Yes, as far as the name is concerned, you're in the right place.
As far as the name is concerned?
Well, it's the same with institutions as it is with political parties. The name isn't always the main concern.
How come? There are a bunch of palm trees here, aren't there?
Sure, there are palm trees here, but let's leave it at that. I've already said too much.
So
How
this
can I
isn't a
help you?
sanatorium,
Oh,
it's
come
a
on.
prison.
What's going on here? What isn't right?
Nothing. I mean everything. Oh, it doesn't matter. What do you want?
That's a shame.
That's,
I'm looking for a man named Manuel Perez. He's supposedly a patient here.
Ah, yes, could be. I don't know the patients. Go to reception on the left side. I'm sure someone can help you there. And if I can offer you a word of advice, be careful.
What? Why?
Just because.
Okay.
You look like you could use the warning. But be that as it may, I have to go back to my painting. Good luck.
And yet you are not going to paint, you are going to stare at the street. So, okay, so I remember this bit particularly. We have to get past this lady in the window, right? She is the nurse to the asylum, but also the guard, and thinks she's come up with a great way to make millions of dollars called rhythmic cleaning, where you clean the house, but you dance while you do it. And she says she has this great idea. She wants to start the classes, but she needs advertising. So we ask this guy to paint her picture. He says she's moving too fast, so we have to put a weight on her record to slow her down so that he can then paint her. We take the painting, we bring it to her, we say, hey, here's your advertising. She says, woo, you got my advertising. I don't know how you do it. And she runs off and leaves the sanatorium unguarded. That is what I remember about doing this. Now, past anything else?
A little while ago, you said that something wasn't right with this institution.
Me? No, I never said that.
But...
The weather is beautiful today, isn't it?
Yes, it's gorgeous. I understand. You paint during your shift?
Yeah, sure. If there's nothing to do, I paint a couple of pictures. Some of them are then hung up in the clinic.
Is there really
Fun.
that little to do?
What do you think? We don't exactly have concerts or events where thousands of people line up the night before.
That's
I've been
fair.
working here for 2 years, and you are, if I haven't miscounted, you are the third visitor.
Oh.
Woo!
What do you usually paint?
Everything, really.
Do I get a pie for that?
Although,
Or
if I have to be honest, everything
No?
isn't necessarily a lot. At some point, you just run out of ideas when you can only paint from one position. So far, I've painted lots of palm trees, blades of grass, and even butterflies in various positions. I'm starting to get sick of it. I paint extra slow, you know. I used to paint a picture in 30 minutes. Now I take 30 hours, just to postpone the problem of choosing the next subject for the picture.
Well, then I wish you... What should I wish for?
Wish that we have a thunderstorm. Maybe some of the palm trees will fall down, and then I would have something new to paint.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I wish you have a thunderstorm.
Thanks. And if you happen to run across a great idea, then please let me know.
Yep.
I'll leave you alone with your muse now.
Thanks. I'm still waiting for the kiss.
From me or from the muse?
Both.
Oh yeah, this dude. This dude is on break, but we need him to continue with his jackhammering, but he won't do it until we make black smoke come out of this chimney. Oh, I remember that.
A pile of wood.
I told you I remembered this bit, right? Because he won't go back to work until, like, the lunch lady does, or until, like,
It's full of dirty laundry.
the cook does, but the cook is a really bad cook. And the cook, like, burns everything, so it can't just have smoke, it has to be black smoke.
He's just taking a break, completely atypical of a construction worker.
Hi!
Hello? Are you a member of the staff?
Me? No, heaven forbid. I'm here to repave the courtyard with asphalt.
Okay.
But to do that, I have to remove the old asphalt first. It's terribly hard work in this heat. I can tell you that.
All
I
right
can
then.
imagine. By the way, I'm Nina.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Bernard.
Why is the courtyard being repaved? It still looks good. I've seen streets at home that look much worse.
No idea. You're right, though. It really isn't worthwhile for just a couple of patients. Whatever. I don't really care.
Who hired you?
Some Italian-American, Massimo Gattuso or something like that.
Massimo Gartuzzo?
Yes. He wants the courtyard to be finished in 3 days. It's completely unrealistic.
Okay then.
But you don't know why this courtyard is supposed to be repaved?
Nope.
No.
Strange. How come someone like Massimo Gartuzzo has the rear yard of a net house in a Cuban hick town surfaced with asphalt?
I mean, do we want to ask about his speech impediment? That seems rude.
Did you notice anything unusual about the Institute?
What do you mean by unusual? A couple of mentally challenged and a couple of doctors in a narrow room? At some point, it's difficult to differentiate between doctors and patients.
Fair enough.
I feel the same way about dog owners.
Hey!
Anything unusual?
Apart from the fact that one of them is always screaming, screeching, or makes strange noises, truth be told, the Institute scares me a little.
Can you describe it a little more?
I don't know exactly. I just don't like it here. As soon as it gets dark, I make sure that I leave. And there isn't enough money in the world to get me to go in there.
Someone like him admitting just like that he is afraid without having a real reason for it? I should be cautious if I want to continue looking around here.
Okay, then.
Regarding your break...
Are you gonna deny me my break?
Oh, no, of course not.
Good. It's short enough as it is. The old lady will start smoking again soon.
Yep.
Then my work starts again.
What do you mean?
The cook. As soon as I see black coming out of the chimney back there again, I have to go back to work.
Okay, then.
Smoke as a signal to get back to work? That somehow seems familiar to me. Don't you have a watch?
Nah, I don't need one. The old lady is accurate down to the last second.
I am not zoning.
Do you know a man named Manuel Perez?
Who's that?
One of the people inside.
A patient?
Probably.
Yes.
No idea. I haven't had any contact with them. It's prohibited by the management.
That's fair. Okay.
Well, then enjoy the rest of your break.
I will.
The only thing he tells you if you ask him about his speech impediment is he tells you that it comes from working with the jackhammer. He doesn't actually have a stutter. Thank you. Those are mine.
The food appears to have been tasty. The flies at least like it. A relatively small kitchen. It's obvious this hospital does not have all that many patients. Either that, or they are all on a diet.
Okay.
A relatively small...
Anything else in here to look at? Spoons?
A soup ladle.
Mine now.
Sausage tongs.
Mine now.
A bunch of fresh herbs and spices.
And then this is...
A relatively small kitchen. It's...
Okay.
all piled pieces of wood like I would have learned in the Girl Scouts, had I joined them.
Okay. What do we got over here?
The writing says, "Caution. The management of this institution received reports that in recent times, strange figures in black robes were seen in the vicinity of the institution. Anyone who has seen something conspicuous or unusual is to report this immediately to the director of the institute, Dr. Charleroi. Figures in black robes. They really appear to follow me everywhere. I have to finally find out who they are and what they really want."
Hang on. Are they following you or are you following them? Because you weren't looking for them when they showed up and took your father.
Laundry service. Next pickup Tuesday, 2:30 p.m.
That's today!
There are huge notches in it. It looks like somebody wildly attacked it with an axe. I hope I don't meet this someone. No door handle, no keyhole. As soon as the door has closed, it cannot be opened from outside.
Well, okay then. Let's try in here. What do we got?
There is a whole assortment of specialist journals from the Faculty of Definitive Relativity.
Okay.
An invitation to a slideshow called Traditional Cigar Manufacturing Methods.
Well, all right then.
No wonder that many men harbor fantasies about nurses.
Seriously? That's all you've got to say about that, huh? Oh, this is why we've got to get the guy to go back to work. Because it'll knock this dude's tower down and then we can get over here.
He makes a curious impression with his teddy bear shirt. I don't know why, but he really scares me.
Hi.
Hello. That's a nice house of cards you're building there.
Yeah.
And now be quiet or the thing will fall again.
You look pretty determined. Are you getting money for this house of cards?
Money? No, not money. Glory. I'll be like my ancestors and go down in history.
As a house of cards builder?
Yes. Shay started the same way.
Che Guevara?
No. Chevrolet.
Okay, I understand. I'm going.
Okay. I have to hurry anyway before the earthquake starts again.
Earthquake?
Okay.
Yeah, every afternoon. Just before I finish the tallest house of cards in the world, an earthquake comes and ruins everything again. But this time, I'll make it.
So the earthquake is the guy with the
Can I
jackhammer.
borrow the copier for a second?
Sure. Bring down my house of cards, steal my glory, my pride, my last bit of self-respect. The spark of hope in my dreary routine, the little bit...
Yeah, okay. I'll just wait until you're finished.
Okay,
This
then.
institution gives a somewhat, well, strange impression. Was it always like that? Could you tell me a bit about it? Maybe you've noted something in particular.
Sure I can. But I won't. Otherwise I'll end up like... Oh, doesn't matter.
No, it does matter. Otherwise, you'll end up like whom?
Just like people who ask too many questions.
Okay.
Watch out that your house of cards doesn't fall down.
Yeah, make sure you don't bring down my house of cards.
Okay.
They must have 4 to 5 diopters. The owner must be as blind as a bat and be bumping into everything at the moment.
Cool. Mine. All right. Let's talk to her. What's she got to say?
Good afternoon.
Hello?
I'm looking for a man named Perez. Manuel Perez. He's supposed to be a patient here. May I speak with him?
Perez? Yeah, he's here.
Mm-hmm.
And who are you?
I am Nina Castro. I think it would be better if I did not tell the whole world my name. As long as I don't know who's behind my father's kidnapping, it's better to be too careful than not enough.
Sorry, you
True.
can't come in here without a special permit.
But it's really important.
Important? It's really important for me to keep my job and my health. And naturally, my incomparable good looks. That's what's really important.
Okay, then.
I'm not asking you to release him. I just want to talk to him for a second.
Listen up, darling. Now that Mr. Gartuso has the say and Nicole Charleroi was put in charge, we all have to really watch ourselves.
Massimo Gartuso? The American billionaire with a gigantic mobile phone company?
Well, there
That's
you go.
the one. And in Cuba, the saying goes, whoever pays decides what's for dinner. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Yep, let's talk
Are
about...
you afraid of your boss?
Me? Why should I?
I just had the impression.
It's misleading. It's definitely misleading.
She does want to talk. All I have to do is tickle her a little bit.
that
Boss isn't
doesn't
even
sound...
Here, so you have nothing to worry about.
That doesn't sound right,
That's
hon.
also what Pedro thought. But then...
And then?
Nothing. Leave me alone.
This Nicole Charleroi is pressuring the workers to such a degree that they are almost shitting their pants from fear. I hope I won't have to clash with her on top of everything else.
Oh, you're definitely going to have to.
Massimo Cartuzzo has bought himself a mental asylum in a sleepy town in Cuba.
Yeah.
Don't you find that a bit strange?
No.
I have my own theories, but I'd rather keep them to myself.
Come on.
Fair.
It could be really important.
Nothing is so important that a person could end up like...
Yes?
Nothing. Don't you think rhythmic cleaning would be a great business concept?
I'm sorry,
so
what?
many weird things happening here that I don't know where I should start being astonished. I have the feeling that it has to do with something real big. Unfortunately, my feelings do not tell me what that is.
All right, then.
The music sure is loud.
Yeah, great, isn't it? I just got the disc and I've been listening to it nonstop for the last 3 days. It really keeps me going. It even makes it fun to clean. Actually, I wanted to be a dancer, but the market in this region is pretty saturated. So I had to invent a new discipline, rhythmic cleaning. I clean to the exact beat of the music. It also helps fight fatigue. I came up with it a few weeks ago and have been perfecting my technique ever since.
Well, there you go.
We'll see. Maybe if politics doesn't pan out, I can maybe offer a few courses for housewives. I think the demand for it is probably pretty high.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Yep.
You said something about if politics doesn't pan out, you're a politician?
Not yet, and I stress the word yet. There is an election in 2 weeks and I want to run.
As a
Ah.
politician?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Anything
so she
against
wants
it?
the posters for her
No, of
political
course not.
career.
So you think you have a good chance?
Yes, I think so. I am staggeringly gorgeous, and I have already, let's just say, convinced 20% of the voters.
Oh my.
But I don't want to be just one of many. I want to be the next female mayor. Unfortunately, I still need some more votes for that, but I'll get them. If only I knew how to get them.
Oh, you want to jump straight to being the mayor. How modest. What's your election platform?
Platform? No one reads it anyway. The only problem is that I just have 2 weeks and I'm still behind 120 men.
Yeah, that's cutting it close. Maybe you should try getting a platform after all.
Oh, it's much too expensive and no one is interested anyway. I just have to be able to convince more people all at once of my qualifications is all.
You mean...
Yeah, well, do you have a better idea?
I'll think about it. If I think of something, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Your hip swing again.
So let's talk to you.
Hello. What's your muse up to?
Something that all women do, taking her time.
Okay.
The woman in charge. What is she really like?
Miss Charleroi? No idea. I don't have any contact with her. She greets me when she arrives in the morning. I usually don't see her at night because she often stays in the institute until really late.
Any peculiarities?
Like I said, I almost never see her.
Okay then.
Nurse Sabrina, what do you think of her?
If I would tell you, you would say I was sexist.
Fair enough.
Yes, her assets are apparently very apparent. And otherwise?
Otherwise, I unfortunately don't know her very well. Women of her caliber don't mess around with average-looking gatekeepers.
You just have to convince her of your qualities.
And those would be?
Well,
I don't know, I just met
Yeah,
you.
thanks for the chat.
Could you perhaps paint a portrait of Nurse Sabrina?
Yeah, I guess so. Just a second. I've run out of black. I can't paint without black.
Okay, I'll take care of it. How long do you need?
Probably half a day.
You have 30 minutes.
There's no way. I need at least 3 hours.
Agreed. You have 1 hour.
It's no wonder that contemporary painters have never been able to equal the masters, if the artists are constantly rushed like this. Oh, one more thing.
Yes.
I can barely see...
I'm going to see if I can at least temporarily control
Sorry
the woman's
about that.
hyperactivity somewhat.
Okay, so we need black paint, which I think is charcoal, right?
Then you could start painting the portrait?
Like I said, I can only paint Nurse Sabrina if I have black paint and a subject that isn't constantly jumping around.
Okay, cool.
I'll leave you alone with your muse now.
Thanks. I'm still waiting for the kiss.
From me?
Nope. Not doing that with you. Nope.
A relatively small kitchen.
Okay, so I thought we had wood. Do we not have? Oh no, I put it in there. Didn't I?
I could intensify the rays of the sun with the glasses, but I don't think that it is enough to cause a forest fire.
Okay.
The food appears to have been tasty.
Okay.
A braided onion rope.
Mine.
A long pointed meat fork.
Mine. Okay.
A bunch of fresh herbs and spices. A relatively small kitchen.
Okay.
A pile of wood.
I already put the wood in there. So anything else we need in here? No? What about anything else? There's a lot of stuff we need in here.
He is so cute. Cute, droll, cozy, and cuddly. A list with the heading, "Please enter borrowed stuffed animals. Only one stuffed animal per person."
Okay.
The gatekeeper appears to use this room as an interim storage room for his paintings. A copier.
Okay.
The gatekeeper appears...
So we want to put the weights on here.
The record turns more slowly due to the weight. Still, sounds pretty good.
Okay. So now we've slowed her down. Will she let me past here?
Only the staff is allowed in here.
Nope. Okay. So we've slowed her down considerably. So now what?
Hello, what's your muse up to?
Something that,
Then you could start painting.
like I said,
Okay.
I'll leave you
thanks.
from me.
Both.
Okay, so we got to get this guy started.
Hard at work, I see.
Well, anyone who works hard is allowed to take a break once in a while.
You're
Okay.
entitled.
So what do we have?
Does the name Nicole Charleroi mean anything to you?
Not really.
She's supposed to be the boss here. You must know her.
Oh, her. Oh, God. Keep her away from me.
Okay.
That bad?
Worse. She seems nice at first, but she's something between a Valkyrie and a battle axe.
Okay.
Charming.
You asked me. Am I supposed to lie to you?
Nope.
No. Have you gotten to know her?
Believe me, it only takes a few seconds, and that's enough for me.
All right then. So
Regarding your break,
Are you gonna deny me my
okay, so this is just
cook?
smoke.
Nah,
Well, then enjoy.
I will.
so this is just him telling me that the cook has to start. All right, so we have a soup ladle, an onion, sausage tongs, and a fork.
I
She
could intensify the rays of the
did
sun
say
with the
that.
glasses, but I don't think that it is enough to cause a forest fire.
So she says that, but it's not enough. We need kindling to start the fire. Where would we possibly...
Morangi must live here, somewhere nearby.
Oh, that's not what I
Still
meant to
alive.
do.
Hopefully the locals can help me.
Oh, that is not what I meant to do at all. Okay. Can we use the tongs?
It's full
Ladle?
of dirty.
Fork? Anything?
Actually, I don't need any onions. I managed to get most men to start crying even without them.
Okay.
So many loudspeakers for such a small inner courtyard?
Any interactions with those? No. Okay. Well, we know what we need to do with those guys. Oh, magazine. Perfect.
I'll just take one of them with me. The selection is done according to the proven method of random chance.
Okay, so magazine should be kindling. Yes?
I knew that these kinds of pseudo magazines could help in many situations.
And then
It is
light
really
it.
astonishing how the old tricks continue to work again and again.
And then throw an oven, or not an onion. We need something to burn. Because the smoke has started. But
Hard at work, I see.
Well,
You're entitled. Isn't your break done?
no. Why?
I thought as soon as smoke comes out of the chimney.
If it's white smoke, that means the cook's still cooking. If it's black smoke, that the food is finished. And so is my break.
Okay,
Oh.
then.
Well,
so
then
I will.
Now will it let me put the onion in? No. Okay. Actually, is there anything I can do with the dirty laundry now?
It's full of dirty laundry.
Right. Did this change anything? No. Okay. So we need to do something here.
One of these magazines.
Okay.
Nice. This was probably a lot of work.
Okay. So I can't get to anything behind him to start the guy working. The only thing I can think of is shove the onion in there, but it won't let me.
Rat-a-too, rat-a-tee. Gone, gone is the balcony.
Okay. That's just the notes. She's already read them. Can't interact with them. We've got the fire going. So it's got to be something in here that I'm missing.
I think I will have to pull the coals out of the fire.
Okay. So this will give me black paint, right? The coals will give me black paint. Anything else I get for giving you the coals?
I didn't find any black paint. Do you think a piece of coal will work too?
Yes. Coal should work too.
Okay.
Do you have everything you need for the portrait now?
Yes, I think so. She's a little hard to see from here, but I'll try.
Okay. There he goes. All right. Now he's painting a portrait of her.
It looks great, considering it was painted in 60 minutes. I think I've outdone myself again. Don't you think?
Yes, it's really nice. And her best features are emphasized perfectly. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. I'll put the masterpiece in a bag for you so it doesn't get dirty.
Thanks. Oh, we can take it out of the
I'll
bag.
leave you alone with your muse now.
Okay,
Thanks.
cool.
From the portrait of Nurse Sabrina wrapped up in plastic sheeting.
Okay. Let's take it to her. Let's show this to her.
Look at this. What do you think?
Oh, that's pretty. And the woman is a knockout. Oh, that's me. Oh, I always knew I was pretty, but so stunning.
Yeah, and so modest. I thought you could use it as a campaign poster.
Yeah, great idea. But one isn't enough, is it?
Women, give them a hand and they'll rip off the whole arm. If I help you out with a few more pictures, you have to help me too, okay?
Yeah, okay. And I also promise no new taxes.
Yeah,
exactly.
okay.
And no one wants to build a wall. I can already see you could make a really good politician. I'll see if I can come up with a few more campaign posters.
Okay, this was before Trump was ever a thing, but yeah, that's a statement.
Then I'll leave you to your hip swing again.
Whole other thing. Anyway, moving on. So now we have a plastic bag.
I can't even walk across hot coals.
There. So now we put the plastic in. Smoke turns black.
The earthquake
He
has
does
begun.
that.
Nina, sometimes you are really bad.
So then our guy over here is gone. We can take the teddy bear. We need to make
I used up all the
copies.
copier paper. That should be enough for a campaign to cover all of Cuba.
Oh,
There's no
okay.
paper left in it. A copier. There's no paper.
Okay. I thought I was highlighting on something
The
else.
gatekeeper appears to use this room.
All right. So I have a bear. I have all of her copies.
Here are the campaign posters. There's no longer anything standing in the way of your political career.
Beautiful, simply beautiful. Who could resist this woman?
No one. Help me now.
Sure,
Okay.
I've given you my word as a politician, haven't I?
Will you help me anyway?
Fine, just this once.
Ha
But
ha.
watch out for Ramon. He's the caretaker here, and if he finds you, he'll make mincemeat out of you. So hurry. Perez's cell is all the way at the end on the left.
Okay. We're in.
The door looks different than the other doors. Most likely it is not a cell, but the room for the caretaker, Ramon. I'd better not go in there, otherwise he will get me.
Okay.
The cell is empty? Is this supposed to be a joke? Or do the staff not know where their patients are at any given time?
Interesting.
It looks like blood.
Probably.
Looks as if someone tried to break the tiles out of the wall in a certain pattern. But I just can't think what it is supposed to mean.
Fish. It's a fish.
Isn't there something stuck between the mattress and the frame? There is. A newspaper article. It deals with the new appointment for the post of institution director. Next to the article is a large photograph of that Nicole Charleroi.
All right then.
A camera has been mounted up there. Wonder if it works.
Wonder if I've already been spotted.
The mattress is
Okay. Anything else? Here we go.
small grooves in the wall. Almost looks like scratches. There is something in one of the grooves. Those are fingernails.
Ugh! Okay. So I feel like we've done what we can in this cell.
He looks like he crossed the threshold to madness a long time ago.
Yep. What about going into this one?
There are noises coming from the cell that tell me I definitely do not want to go in there.
Okay.
Hello? Is someone there?
Yes? Come on in. I promise you we will definitely have a lot of fun together.
Yeah,
maybe
no.
next time.
Okay. So...
The door looks...
Okay. Past this, I have no clue what we're doing. That's all I remember from this section. So, we found his cell, but he's gone.
The mattress is full of yellow and red stains. I don't want to know what caused them.
Oh, we all know what caused them, dear. If we use the painting on the room? Anything we can use on the room? No.
Max knows what he has to do, and he won't really be able to help me much from so far away.
I mean, fair. Okay, what are we doing in this room? We are currently in Cuba. All right. Okay, so we need to get into the other room. Right, we found the camera. So this tells me that we need to get into the security room. I thought I did get everything. I mean, I guess I did because she's able to walk out, right?
The mattress is full of... Looks as if small grooves in the wall. Almost... Those are fingernails. It looks like...
Blood. And then the camera
has been mounted up there.
Okay, and then that's everything. So she'll leave the room then at that point. Okay, I get what that means. All right. So... Okay. So let's go talk to Sabrina, I guess. I might just call it for that. Unfortunately, point and click adventures.
That many men harbor fantasies about.
Okay, shut up. Point and click adventures make me kind of drowsy. I don't know why. I guess it's because they're a little slower.
May I disturb you again?
But of course, darling. Anytime. I could use a little distraction.
Perez's cell is empty. Where is your patient?
Empty? What do you mean empty?
I mean empty. No one there, all gone, little going on there. In short, it's empty.
That can't be. The doctor, she'll kill me.
Does that mean you really don't know where Perez is?
No, Ramon?
Yeah?
Where is Perez?
How come?
He's not in his cell, so where is Perez?
He's gone. I've already informed the doctor. She'll take care of it.
Take care of it? Then will she take care of us too?
I don't think so. She sounded really calm. Don't worry. Nothing's going to happen. I'm going to take care of the patient's beds here first. They need to be changed pretty badly. We'll talk after work, okay?
Yeah, we should do that. Sorry, I didn't know. You heard for yourself. Oh, Lord, watch over us.
Damn.
Okay.
I've flown thousands of miles just to find out that this Perez has disappeared.
Fun.
I am not giving up that easily. I mean, he can't have dissolved into thin air.
Probably not, no. We're gonna go with no.
Is the camera in Manuel Perez's cell, is it turned on?
I think so. Charlois mounted it. Or more precisely, had it mounted.
Is there anywhere to see what the camera has recorded?
Sure. It would certainly be possible in the control room.
Can I look at it?
No, I can't let anyone in.
Come on, you owe me one.
Sorry, I don't have a key. Only Ramon and the boss have keys.
All right, then.
Then I'll leave you to your hip swing again.
All right.
Ramon is now running around in there, and Sabrina made a point of warning me about him.
So, what if we were to say... Go here. Okay.
No door handle, no keyhole. As soon as the door has closed, it cannot be opened from outside.
Fork, tongs, onion, teddy bear, portrait. I don't think there's anything else we can pick up from anywhere else. Okay, so yeah, this is a very far-fetched one. Okay. So we have the meat fork. Okay, so here's what they want me to do. They want me to say stab fork through painting,
If
put
I manage
painting
to
on
attach
wall.
the canvas correctly, then hopefully the door will not close the next time.
Okay. So then he comes out, he drops the towels. Doesn't even notice the portrait. But we're in, so there's
An old
that.
furniture type safe.
Okay.
A one-legged pirate. He probably lost the other leg in a sea battle. A cat is sitting on his shoulders, and on the cat's head sits a parrot. And the painter immortalized a spider in the upper top corner. What a weird painting.
Okay. What else is in here?
The latest models. Wonder if they also were financed by this Massimo Gartuzzo guy. The individual cells can be monitored from here. However, some of the monitors are only flickering. Some have been turned off altogether.
Okay then. So, anything to take, anything to use? No? Okay.
An old furniture type safe. An old...
Okay. Yes, let's look at the safe.
How am I supposed to unlock this lock? Maybe I'll find a clue to the correct combination somewhere in here.
Okay. What do you got for me? Okay, so pay close attention to the picture and pay particular attention to the number of legs. So...
A one-legged pirate.
One.
He probably lost the other leg in a sea battle. A cat is sitting on his
4.
shoulders, and on the cat's head sits a parrot.
2.
And the painter immortalized a spider in the
8.
upper top corner.
Okay, 1, 4, 2, 8.
How am I supposed...
1,
4, 2, 8. I wonder if the safe will open now. Oh,
Okay.
Right. I'm a genius. There are tapes in there with writing on them. A. Carlos, J. Sanchez, S. Martinez, M. Perez.
Got it.
Here it is. I hope that it will help me somehow.
Okay.
I'm really eager to see what's on it.
Let's find out. Where'd they take him? That's not the doctor. That's somebody else. Somebody was here before me and broke him out.
What are you doing here?
I came to see if you're helping a patient escape.
What do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean.
Too bad. I don't actually like violence, but you leave me no choice. You'll go down before I do.
No, wait! I don't want to rat you out. I just need to find Manuel Perez really badly. He's my only hope.
Only hope?
Perez was with my father on an expedition many years ago.
All
Now
right.
my father disappeared without a trace, and I hope that Perez can help me find him.
Manuel help someone? He's the one who needs to be helped.
Okay.
How come?
Because he... Never mind. So you really don't want to hurt him?
Nope.
No, definitely not.
Okay, I'll help you. Just don't tell anyone I did, otherwise I've had it. The doctor doesn't stand for any nonsense.
The doctor doesn't seem to be the most fun person anyway. Why?
You have no idea what they're doing with Perez here?
No, how should I?
He was brought here a few months ago at the request of a guy named Cartuso.
Yes.
He was also the one who put Charles Roy in charge. And then the
Charleroi?
Let me guess. Human experiments?
Yeah?
Yep.
How did you know?
I found his
That's not
file.
important right now. Do you know what the goals of these experiments are?
No. It's probably because Manuel's disease is somehow special. 2 other people were also flown in, but they disappeared again soon thereafter.
Oh,
it has
boy.
to be about something big. In the last few months, they've invested nearly $1 million in this asylum. Our salaries doubled in one fell swoop. But money isn't everything, and the price of a human life is too high, in my opinion. I wanted out sooner, but the boss said, whoever wants to get out now is gone forever. So I lost my confidence.
That's
understand,
fair, I guess.
But I need to find Perez badly. The longer it takes me to find my father, the greater the probability that he...
Okay, I'll help you. Perez is hidden in a rock cave not very far from here.
Woo!
I can't take him with you. I'll come in a couple of hours and take care of him. I know a lot of people here who will hide us.
Agreed. Take care of yourself, okay?
Yeah, you too.
So why didn't you... never mind.
The hiding place is relatively safe. Nevertheless, I hope that Ramon picks up Perez quickly and takes good care of him.
Hi, been looking everywhere for you.
Are you Manuel Perez? Hello? Can you understand me? I don't know if he understands me, but when I addressed him, he looked me in the eyes and smiled. Almost as if he recognized me. This Evank in the Tunguska region reacted the same way. Maybe he really did recognize somebody. Namely, my father.
Okay.
What happened back then during the Tunguska expedition? Try to remember. It could be very important.
He's speaking unintelligible. I'm not sure this is going to be helpful.
Either he can't remember anything, or he does not want to talk about it. My father disappeared. He was probably kidnapped. I take it that the reason he was kidnapped had something to do with his past. You worked with him for so many years. Do you know of anything that could, after so long a time, catch up to him? It's obvious he wants to tell me something, but I have no idea what.
Okay.
What did they do to you in the Institute? And more importantly, why? What did they want from you?
Okay,
he appears
then.
to be afraid of the subject. He must have experienced some bad things in the hospital.
Probably.
I shouldn't torture him with it any further, even if it is important to me.
Okay, what if we give him a teddy bear? No?
The hiding place is...
Okay. Alright, I think this is where we're going to leave it here for today, and we will figure out the rest of it tomorrow, I think. Alright. We will figure out the rest of it here tomorrow. For today, I am going to call it there. I have got to go do some stuff around the house and get myself to be a little more awake. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I will be playing Secret Files of Tunguska until we are finished with at least the first 2, I think, is what we'll get through. We might do the 3rd one. I don't know. We'll see how life goes. Anyway, I am live every Wednesday to Sunday, usually around 10 a.m. Eastern or New York time, whichever's easiest for you to Google. I hope to see you guys back here tomorrow. Until then, have a great day. Bye, everyone.